Hey there, everybody. It's Dr. John Tantillo, the Marketing Doctor. Sunday, April 21st, 2024. Happy Passover to everyone. And I just have reminiscences of my first Passover with the Weinblatt family out on Long Island. And I was the youngest person there, and so I had to ask the question, and I was the guest. Why is tonight different from every other night? And significantly changed my life. So anyway, I just have such wonderful memories of the Weinblatt family, and I just can't. And now that I'm at Toro University and surrounded by my friends and students, and it's just a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful experience. The best thing that ever happened to me. So anyway, moving right along, I'm feeling great. My attitude is exceptional. This week, I go to a kidney specialist, a follow-up. I had done uh, what is it called? It's not Doppler, but it's a scan, a digital scan. I'm blocking on the exact terminology. It will come to me. It's one of those senior moments I'm having. Um, I had that about 3 weeks ago, and as a result, the doctor, I was scheduled for this appointment in June, but as a result of getting the scan, I'm seeing him this coming Thursday, which is great. And I think, as I mentioned, I'm in the green zone in terms of kidney issues, but you gotta deal with them, and that's my purpose of letting everybody know about what my maladies are. It's not that I'm an old guy that wants to talk about this problem or that problem, as much as it's more getting my contemporaries to, especially if you're male, to take care of things and to see your doctors and to take care of yourself. So anyway, what I'm going to try to do is step, no pun intended, step this walking situation up a little bit after this video. What I really basically want to do is do some walking and do some pedaling and do some more exercise. But, and in addition to that, I have another post or column that I like to get out for my branding and marketing lens for Newsmax. I like to get that going and give you a little bit of a heads up on it. Is, can Trump's brilliant marketing win? And be prepared for that one. I'll be prepared for all of those Trump supporters that think I'm somewhat not quite as confident as the polls would say. And the reason for that is the ground game, as we Democrats used to like to call it. Now it's ballot harvesting and making sure that you get your vote out early. And I see the Republicans doing some of that, but I'm not convinced that they got it under control. But anyway, one of the worst things you can do in an election is have what you call groupthink. We're gonna win. We're gonna win. And that's always a two-sided uh, animal that you have to deal with. And all I can say is You must always, in elections, run as if you're losing. Okay, you gotta do that. That was my old political mentor, Cliff Wilson, taught me that. One of the most brilliant political minds I knew, taught me everything I know about politics, and so there you have it. So as I began this podcast, well, not really a podcast as much as it's a video letting you guys know how I'm doing. Monday, tomorrow starts Passover, and as a result, I'm off for the entire week, which is good. It can give me a little time to catch up on some thinking, and with this thinking comes an idea that was put forth by my friend Bill O'Reilly, who the other day mentioned something, and I responded to this question pretty quickly, no, instantaneously. And his question was, if you could be anybody else in the world, who would it be? And he mentioned Jeff Bezos and Elon Musk. And there is no other person I'd rather be than John Tantillo. Um, could I have not made the mistakes that I made in life? Absolutely. I wish I was a better person. And that's the beauty of teaching, that I'm able to kind of show a way for my students not to make the same mistakes that I've made. And so there are things that I would have done differently. Do I have any regrets? Not really. I really have enjoyed my life. I've met two presidents. I met Ford and Carter. I worked for Carter in the Carter campaign. Um, I met Mel Brooks. Uh, that's a funny story. In the Hamptons, I'm friends with Bill O'Reilly. I met some really, really interesting folks over the years. Um, it goes on. It goes on. And it's been a good life. I'm not, by the way, I'm not checking out. I just don't want to know. I don't want you. I'm just being a little bit pensive, and I wouldn't say melancholic. I wouldn't say that, but I'm just thinking about it. I'm going to be 73 in June, 29th of June 29th. And by the way, we lost, I think, a great comedian, Richard Lewis, who was born in 48, June 29th, 1948, who I met at, I think it was called the Comedy Club on Melrose in LA, who was very, very nice to me when I was going to all the clubs back in the late 70s, early 80s, when I was going to California quite frequently, and when I got on the Match Game, and I was seeing friends who had moved out there. I stayed at USC in the student dorms because I was a graduate student. I mean, I had such really, really great times, and how I would see my dear friend Celeste, and how we went to the Johnny Carson show, how I met Jay Leno. Yeah, it's been good. So anyway, um, what else can I say? But I'm health wise. except for the darn fact that I'm missing half my left leg and a part of my foot, my toes on my right, which is preventing me from walking more efficiently and walking with canes as opposed to with a walker. Things are moving slowly, but they are in fact, but health-wise, I'm there. My blood sugar, let's see what my blood sugar is. Now you remember I had just finished eating here. My blood sugar is 177. Let's see if you can see this. Yeah, 177. I have this new Dexcom, which is really, really, really good. My average is 153. And if you interpolate that, 153 is probably a A1C of about 6.4. And if you're in the 6 range, you're terrific. My blood pressure's good. No, I'm in good shape physically, like I said. I'm doing all those things that I'm supposed to do. I'm having a colonoscopy and an endoconoscopy in June. And then also in June, I'm probably going to have, and that's why I went for the liver guy, not the liver guy, the kidney guy, who's a Romanian. And that's great. I have my dear friend Chris, who used to drive me around in Forest Hills. Chris, what a great guy. He and his brilliant daughter, um, just wonderful. I have to tell Chris that I have a Romanian guy who's just wonderful. We really started to talk. His father was a cobbler, and we talked about, and the shoes that he wore was made by his father, and now he's a physician with specialty in the kidneys. And it's just, I'm a lucky guy. I'm just really, really a lucky guy. So this week, I have off. Um, I might I have another idea for a post that I want to do. I'll save that for later. I'll leave you hanging what other one I want to do, but that's what I want to do. You can see I'm not donning a hat, so you can see my wonderful locks here. Anyway, but I'm really feeling very, very, very good. And I don't want to get ahead of my skis, but there's probably an announcement coming regarding my trip to New York. So I'll probably do that in another week or two, um, depending on, well, I'll just talk about that in about 2 or 3 weeks for the particulars about that. So please keep those letters and texts coming by. What else can I say without getting in trouble? Regarding the status of this country. Let me tell you, as a former Democrat, and I am not a Republican. I am an independent, but as a former Democrat, I got to tell you, I do not know this party. And my parents certainly wouldn't know it. And I just don't understand it. It's when I was chief of staff for a dear friend of mine and boss, Cliff Wilson. He was the assemblyman for the 37th AD Assembly District. He taught me everything I know about politics. And one of the things that he taught me or reinforced in me is that when you are in politics for the first 2 years, you go to Congress, you keep your mouth shut. And then you take a look at AOC, and the first day she gets elected, she's opening up her mouth and creating all sorts of problems. And then you take a look at the so-called professional politicians of getting rid of the speaker because he's not conservative enough. I mean, when you think about that, this is madness. I mean, in politics, it's the ability to win. If you don't have the power to win, you could be as ideological as you want. Forget about it. You got to be able to get the votes. Okay? That's the secret in life. Being able to have the votes. And if you don't have the votes, you don't have the power. So when these people want to go around and they just nominated or they just elected, just elected a speaker and they want to get rid of the person already. I mean, every rule of politics is being broken. All right. The whole idea of politics is you get what you can get. And if you can't get it, you can't get it. You got to compromise. I mean, and today, it's name calling. I can't stand the name calling, you know. So those who don't agree with conservatives are called Republicans in name only. I mean, I mean, if you can't win, you can't win. I mean, it's that simple. I guess that's why I'm such good friends with Chris Ruddy in the sense who's the CEO of Newsmax, where he sees me as a logical conservative, but are a logical Democrat that understands of what you can get, what you can do, and what you can't do, and a moderate. But some friends of mine who are still staunch Democrats think I'm too conservative. Cliff Wilson, to be fair, would say that I'm. How did I become so conservative? Okay, but I can handle that. But it's the idea of name calling. Okay, I think the name calling should really be set aside because you don't really get anywhere if you call somebody a name. So, and I know that because I was a chubby kid and I was always called chubby or fatty or whatever I was called. But anyway, so that's about it. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. And remember to go brand yourself, and let's pray for Israel, especially at this time of the year for Passover. And let's pray for all the people of the Middle East so that they can get this situation settled up. Okay? So with that said, TTFN, ta-ta for now, and thanks for stopping by. That's it. Be good. Bye-bye.